देगा पिटीशन का जवाब हमको नहीं मिला
नहीं दिया है ठीक है हमें दिया
What are these matters?
these are the home guard matters
Home guard. So all replies have been filed in all.
अमेंडेड पिटीशन में सब हम लोगों को जवाब नहीं मिला अभी तक
नहीं बोले yes Mr.
नहीं, उन्होंने किसी एक को दिया होगा तो नहीं कह सकते सब हम लोग की
Yes Mr. Ganguly.
सर हमने बेसिक जो 3 नई पिटीशंस फाइल हुई थी जिसमें रूल्स और एक्ट दोनों चैलेंज हुए उसमें तीनों में हमने इंडिविजुअली रिप्लाई फाइल कर दिया
हमारे
ऐसे 3 ही पिटीशंस हैं
नहीं हमारा
बाकी तो पुरानी पिटीशंस में अमेंडमेंट किया है
No, either you adopt the reply, that reply in the other cases, or you file separate replies. That is why time was given last year.
but it's
they have not given any copy even
there are 100 matters Malad. In 3 fresh matters Malad, wherein the rules as well as the act is under challenge Malad. We have filed a separate reply to these 3 petitions
In my
new petitions in remaining cases Malad, wherein in certain cases the rules were already challenged Malad. So the grounds of challenge to a rule and act are somewhat similar. So on those cases Malad, where in by way of amendment now the act has been challenged Malad, I think no fresh reply is required. But in few cases Malad, wherein neither the rules were challenged nor the act was challenged Malad, in those cases Malad, we have adopted the reply filed in the case wherein the rules were under challenge. So my submission is that somewhat we have already filed a detailed reply Malad, and a challenge to a rules and act Malad, even very detailed reply is not required Malad. There is a very
to be given to petitioners Milord
No, just either you say you don't wish to file the reply in the cases where you have not filed the reply. Be categorical. We'll record that you do not wish to file reply.
The submission is that the basic reply which we have filed in one of the petitions Malad, that I'll serve a copy to all the parties Malad.
No, you have not answered the question yet.
I'll serve Malad. I'll serve the copy too.
No, either you make a statement that you don't want to file a reply in the cases where reply is not filed yet. Do you make that statement? We'll record that.
That will be done. Because covering the issues of act as well as the rule Malad, in certain cases we have already filed.
So there are no factual disputes.
Factual dispute, there is no factual dispute Malad.
but amended petition
So-
as per the direction of the court we have filed Milord. In that regard Milord, they have not filed any reply till date Milord in our petition. So either they should adopt the reply whatever they have filed in the
Milord, I'll
other
serve-
petitions Milord.
I'll serve the copy of the reply which has been filed in leading case Malad.
Because this is our petition is
Or that should be treated as admission.
yes, Milord.
Challenge to an act and rules Malad.
It is there. Please see amended
have to-
petition we have filed.
नहीं उसमें आप अमेंडेड पिटिशन का जवाब नहीं दिया.
सर हमने जो लीडिंग केस है सर उसमें हमने दे दिया है
Adopt
जो पहला
Will
केस
say so leading case हम लोगों का पुराना
At least adopted.
he is going to decide.
At least adopt that by filing a one-page affidavit.
What they can do, my lord, is they can file an application that they are adopting this so far as the virus is concerned and enclose that copy wherein they have given the reply and give it to us.
Detailed reply, whatever they have filed, let the copy be served, my lord.
That way they will be able to serve copy.
Yes.
With so many suggestions, Mr. Ganguly is getting confused.
No, Malad, I'm clear on what I have to do, Malad. I'll make a simple adoption, one-page adoption.
But detailed reply, kindly give us the copy.
उसको enclose
And to
कर दो.
every petitioner, otherwise how we will come to know that what point you are.
All right, Sri Ganguly appearing for the state seeks and is granted further time to either file a separate reply or adopt the replies filed in connected matter, for which 2 weeks is granted.
Copies to be given to
Will,
us,
will,
my lord.
will.
Reply copy.
Yeah, that goes without saying. They're supposed to do that.
Highly obliged.
May I submit one thing, my lord? In some of the cases, my lord, it was observed that either it will be heard finally today, my lord, or we can press for interim relief. That's why these cases were listed today, my lord. Actually, my exact, my lord, in around 40-45 cases, there are interim relief and several cases are listed today. So, maintaining parity, that order may be passed, my lord.
We are opposing, Malad. What has happened, Malad? The interim relief has been granted. We are, Malad. Then I am ready to argue it finally also, Malad. it may be heard finally.
So without reply, how will you argue?
But in basic cases, we
Unless we go through the reply.
I will justify. I'll justify my rules. I will justify my rules. I'll justify the act. There is no issue to it, my lord. So my submission is that in basic cases, my lord, we have already filed the reply. If at all they wish to argue this matter finally, my lord, I am also ready to that effect, my lord. But my Sir, my submission is that the interim leave what they are paying before this honorable court, in all those matters, my lord, the interim leaves have been granted by a single bench, wherein this has not been pointed out to the honorable bench while granting the interim leave that the impugned orders have been passed in consonance with the rules of 2016. Now the rules of 2016 have not challenged in those petitions. So once we took the objection, my lord, and these rules of 2016 are now being challenged before this honorable courts, before this bench now, my lord. So my submission is that until and unless, my lord, the act or rules are being stayed by this honorable court, my lord, the consequential orders cannot be stayed, my lord. So the interim relief which they are relying, my lord, will not of the interim reliefs granted by the division bench, my lord, staying the rules or the act, my lord. Now those points are required to be adjudicated. In fact, before the Indore bench, my lord, in few cases the interim reliefs have been declined on the ground that these orders are being passed in pursuance to the rules framed by the state government, and until and unless those rules are being set aside or being questioned by the petitioners individually, my lord, till then, my lord, the interim relief cannot be granted. So these are also few observations in Indore bench, my lord. So my submission is that some fixed date may be given, my lord. I have to make a formal adoption. Let it be heard finally, my lord, instead of granting any interim relief, further interim relief to any of the petitioners, my lord.
Let me very briefly respond to this proposal that has come forth from the Deputy Advocate General. It was their objection that we can't get interim reliefs unless we call in question the virus of the Act and the rules. And even the pending cases which came before my lords, we were forced to challenge the virus because vice. So once you force us therein, and then you said that you can't get relief because that is not a settled proposition of law that unless the act or the rule is stayed, the consequence can't be stayed by the court. We challenge virus and interim reliefs are granted.
In any case, there is an interim relief granted.
Some cases, some it is not there. No matter what happens, the nature of interim relief is that in a year for 2 months they take us out of this for calling off the duty. So that has been stayed in most of the cases, but remaining cases it's not been stayed. Even today, a similar same class of employees are being treated in two different manners.
So Mr. Ganguly is ready to argue on that question. In a particular case where amendment has been made, but they have not filed a reply, but he is ready to argue on IR. So if you all are ready, please come forward.
Let them supply the copy of the reply.
That's what I said. That the time was given to them. They ought to.
Directly has to
No, which reply they have not filed.
Yes.
We have received the lot. Number of cases I have filed.
No, he says he is ready to argue on IR.
Without the reply, how can we move the lot?
And division bench have contemplated
Division bench has already directed
to comply with the order.
My lord, this matter has already traveled to Supreme Court. Supreme Court has
My lord.
the orders for judgment.
My lord, I'll read the order of the Red Court. I'll read the order of the Red Appellate Court.
Just a minute. Then what is the hesitation? You argue on IR. Please argue on IR. You don't need a reply for arguing on IR. We'll hear you. Whoever wants to argue, please argue. आप लोग डिसाइड कर लीजिए which case you want to argue on IR. So please decide. We'll pass it over, and please argue on IR since you are insisting. Whichever is your best case, please take it out. We'll hear you on IR. You are ready to argue in which case? 49.3. 49.3 we'll take it up after finishing with the passovers on IR. And if somebody else wants to argue,
He's not seeking IR. He's seeking that he has moved an application for production of certain document. That IA is to be considered, my lord. That IA will respond. There is no issue to it.
there's no urgency.
He is
there.
not claiming any IR.
If somebody
We'll
wants to
respond to that
press,
IA.
somebody wants to press IR, please tell us. You want to press? Which case? Which case?
रिप्लाई हमको देने से
जिनमें-
तैयार है उसका लेकिन रिप्लाई देखने तो दे सकता है we will satisfy the court without that we act and go both we have checked.
No. Last time the problem of hearing IR was that the rules were not challenged. They were coming in your way. Now you have challenged it.
Already challenged it not and it was earlier not there.
Now, all right. So now you have challenged. So please argue on IR in cases where IR is not there. Huh?
It will affect everybody, my lord. If they argue on interim relief, my lord, then either the interim relief will be for everybody or it will go for everybody.
Yes.
Argument will be the same. Final. It may be argued final. There is no issue.
नहीं, आप लोग बताइए. Choice is yours. It's your petition whether you want to argue or not.
जवाब नहीं दिया हमें हम तो उसी के लिए इंतजार कर रहे हैं कि हमारे उसमें
नहीं, IR के लिए जवाब की जरूरत नहीं होती है.
क्या बोलेंगे
If you have a good case on admission,
we have a very good case provided
all right.
कि इन लोगों ने क्या किया है एक्ट इन्होंने कहा था साहब कि कोर्ट में इन्होंने मेड स्टेटमेंट बिफोर द DB नंबर 1 कि इन्होंने एक्ट को चैलेंज नहीं किया सब्सिक्वेंटली दे हैव द अमेंडमेंट we have filed and thereafter we are waiting for the reply of the state that what reply they are going to give amendment what we have done तो उसका अभी तक हमें कुछ पता नहीं है
Sir,
कॉपी भी
as
they have their own time of filing a reply. At their own convenience, they'll file.
कृष्णा ने इंस्ट्रक्शन कि हम लोग 8 कॉपी इनको दे दें और ये तो स्टेट में सर हम लोग
ये जैसा इनने बोला है
बनाने पड़ते हैं कम से कम एक रिप्लाई किसी
हम दे दें हम हर एक को दे देंगे ऐड को दे देंगे आपको कोई दिक्कत नहीं
कॉपी दीजिए हमारे 10 पिटीशन है सब 10 में हमारे एक जवाब दे दें एक्सेप्ट में हमने आ रहा 10 में
नहीं, वो जवाब नहीं दे रहे हैं तो आप लोग IR पे बहस करिए ना. नहीं, जिसमें नहीं है उसका बात कर रहा हूँ.
उसमें तो सब इफेक्ट हो जाएगी सर our my before the court is not let the reply be there और उसके बाद एक फाइनल डेट आप सुने we will argue the matter there is no itch or agitation below
All right.
we have a good case we understand कि हम लोगों ने क्या सबमिशन देना है
So and so. Next para. The parties are at consensus that instead of arguing the matter on the question of IR alone, it would be appropriate to hear all these petitions finally at an early date. Next para. The state is granted time of 2 weeks to ensure that replies are either filed in all petitions or adopted in the ones in which reply is not filed. This is the case in the week commencing or on 22nd of June.
that
22nd June.
we'll do it prior
my case 49.40 मिनट इसमें इनको जवाब देने की बोले
बिल्कुल दे देंगे
that will cover my all petitions 8-4
नहीं हम सब में दे देंगे आपको कोई दिक्कत
this is my request before the bench
We have passed one single order which will apply in all. Yeah. See, if the IR is there, that will be continued. Yes.
41 my application for amendment is pending. That my candidate allowed.
For challenging the rules. 40.
49.41.
Oh. 1 निकल गया.
This has travelled from Indore, my lord.
Rahul Yadav.
Yes, my lord.
Okay. Sir, this has travelled from Indore, my lord.
कोई गेट पे बुला रहा है
अच्छा.
क्या पता कोई लेडीज है बोले बोले बोल दो उसका पूछे नाम क्या था बोले बोले बस खाली बोल दो
9.10.
वो ना आप
भगवान।
पूछ रहे हैं
For IA number, my lord, 4531/22 amendment on record, my lord, I have no objection, my lord, that can be allowed.
Alright, 49.41 में ये amendment allow कर दीजिए. That amendment be incorporated within 3 days.
हेलो
Within the
अरे
course of this
तुमको
week,
मिलने के लिए खड़ा है
an
बाहर
amended petition be filed,
अंदर लियो
copy of which be served on the other side. State is granted time to file reply to the amended petition within 3 weeks, within 4 weeks.
उसमें हम जवाब दे देंगे. Arun Soni.
Within 4 weeks.
There are 3 more cases, my lord, in which amendment has to be allowed, my lord.
Of
49.90,
49 point
90, 49.96, and 49.100.
these 3 cases also 0.90, 0.96 and 0.100. Maybe same order. Just 0.21, 0.32, 34, 38, yes, 92,107. इसमें challenging the rules. इसमें भी same.
And item number 49.5 and 49.31. There is to IA.
49 point,
49.7.
yes,
9.7. IA number 4495.
Application seeking direction.
Yes, my lord. Issue of the call out, my lord, and directed to respond.
49.7. भाई इसमें क्या कह रहे हैं आप?
इसमें interim relief मांग रहे हैं सर. इसका will file response or it may be heard finally, my lord.
Interim relief आप लोग बहस नहीं करना चाहते हैं ना आज,
हाँ, हम वो फाइनली है उस तरीके से.
तो सब में आ जाएगा वो.
My lord, serial number 29 was listed, my lord. That may be connected with 49. Serial number 29, it was in Passover round, my lord. That is also same. Yes.
आइटम 29 तो correct है. उसमें जवाब आ गया है.
नहीं सर, अभी जवाब नहीं है. ये तो fresh.
जवाब को 49.3. Yes.
Will file reply to IA number 4803/22.
Now there is a common order passed that in which reply is not there, either production of mic में बोलिए, mic use करिए.
Of the high level committee, my lord.
हाँ.
They have given undertaking before the Supreme Court, my lord, that they have constituted a high level committee, my lord. Till today they have neither they have produced before this honorable court, my lord. In the reply, my lord, they have nothing, no word has been said, my lord, about the recommendation of the high level committee, my lord. We have moved RTI, my lord, that has not been supplied. Therefore, we have moved application on. He is seeking time to.
The vote has come or not?
On the basis of that report itself, my lord, the rules have been framed.
Alright.
So we'll file reply to this IA, my lord. There is no issue to it.
Item number 5051.
IA is what?
IA number is 4803/22. This is item number 49.3.
3 में कर दीजिए. Let reply be filed by the state. Also to IA
4803/22.
Yeah.
Yes.
Item number 3031 and 5152. I have got the screenshot for all the 4 cases which I am producing.
Regarding what?
The judgment that has been reserved
Yes.
for all the 4 cases we are producing the screenshot.
The remaining two cases the court had adjourned for second, but I got the screenshot just now and I'm producing those, so that can also be taken as heard. That screenshot is there below.
आज वाली तो पढ़े
We were to file a screenshot.
screenshots हैं उसमें.
Yes, चारों के दे दिए सर, चारों केसेस के.
So all are same.
नो सर, दो केस में हमको विंडो अवेलेबल है, दो केस में अवेलेबल नहीं है.
विंडो अवेलेबल नहीं है.
जी सर.
इसके लिए तो फिर उनको we'll have to confront them.
मैं संजय लाल को बुलवा लेता हूँ लंच के बाद से.
इसको कब रखा है अभी तक?
आपने 2 तारीख के लिए रखा.
तो उस दिन रहने दीजिए. ये
दो केस
कॉपी
में-
ये कॉपी सप्लाई कर दीजिए. जो आज 2 केसेस लगे थे
हाँ सर,
ये उसी में है.
हमने चारों के दे दिए सर, 2 लगे थे उनके भी और जो 2 केस कल के थे उनके भी. आई हैव गिवन स्क्रीनशॉट फॉर ऑल द 4 केसेस.
ये उनको सप्लाई कर दीजिए
यस, उनको सप्लाई कर देते हैं
सो
सर.
दैट वो जो आज के केसेस थे वो 2 तारीख को ही लेंगे.
ठीक है सर. आज एक्चुअली चारों लगे थे सर, इसलिए हम
चारों लगे.
हाँ सर, चारों केस के स्क्रीनशॉट हम आपको दे रहे हैं, तो 2 तारीख की कोई जरूरत ही नहीं रही, क्योंकि दैट इज द ओनली इशू नाउ. तो स्क्रीनशॉट में 2 साल में हमारे को विंडो नहीं है, 2 साल में हमको विंडो है. तो जिन साल में विंडो है आई फेल, एंड इन दोस 2 years where there is no window I succeed. So simple as that.
Where there is no window, we'll have to confront them. Whether window was provided, not provided.
सर वो तो स्क्रीनशॉट देख रहा हूँ ना मैं.
बाकी 2 को 2 तारीख को रहने दीजिए. जो फ्रेश केसेस आज थे
सर
उनको 2 को रहने दीजिए. कॉपी उनको दे दें.
हम दे देते हैं सर.
9013 and 9014 में विंडो है.
9013 9014 में विंडो है.
Yes.
और 9006 और 9008 में विंडो नहीं है.
All right. Yes, Mr. Sharma.
But certain more matters are there which are to be clubbed.
होमगार्ड नंबर दे दीजिए आप रीडर को. इसको क्लब कर देंगे. Sri Sharma has informed that there are other similar matters. WB Sons. We also clubbed with these cases on the next date. Yes, Mr. Gupta.
Item number 45, my lord. Sorry, I could not appear. My presence में भी mark.
45 में प्रेजेंस मार्क कर देंगे मिस्टर गुप्ता.
I live with.
My
वाइटम
matters.
28 के साइटेशंस दे दे रहा हूँ सर. वो लखमानी मेवलदास का जो केस मैंने साइट किया था, उसका 103 ITR का साइटेशन दे दिया है और एक MP हाई कोर्ट का भी साइटेशन दिया.
ऑलराइट, उसको निकाल दीजिएगा.
In my matter, my lord, I was living for interim relief, my lord, because the persons are already out of service, my lord.
No, are you ready to argue on IR?
My lord, I am ready to argue.
And nobody is arguing on IR today. If you are-
cases, my lord, in which
huh?
there are 40 cases, and out of those, my lord, in which interim relief is also
नहीं,
already.
बट ये चीज़ आप जब सब लोग रहते हैं तब क्यों नहीं कहते हैं? जब वो सब एडवोकेट्स चले गए तब आप ये कह रहे हैं.
In my 18 cases, my lord, my only submission is, my lord, that this matter has already travelled up to Supreme Court, my lord, and from there, my lord,
Well, ultimately, if you succeed, you'll get the salary of that absence period.
that period is only